Hello, Facebook. I hope everyone's been having a good weekend. I wanted to jump on and give you guys some tips, give you all some information about selling, finding your ideal clients, and I was like, you know what, let's do this now. I think the dogs are finally just going to take like a little tiny nap and maybe just play nicely for a little bit. So I was like, this is the perfect time to hop on live video before I get interrupted. So hope you guys been having a good weekend. I'm going to share this quick inside of Burnout to Breakthrough so everybody can get it inside of there. So as you jump on, make sure you say hi, let me know where you're watching from so then that way I can say hi. And if it's your first time here, ever watching a live video with me, definitely let me know that too. And if you're watching the replay, make sure you use hashtag replay so then that way I can go back in and engage with you as if you're watching live. So alright, so the reason why I titled this the way that I did is because I was thinking about the differences in some how places sell, and I went into Trader Joe's the other day. I just moved down to San Diego from Orange County, and so it's my first time into a new Trader Joe's, and like, you know, when you move to a new place and you're trying to figure out where all of your stuff is at and like where, you know, your grocery store is and all of those different things. When I was checking out there, the guy had said to me at the cash register, he's like, did you like any of the flowers when you walked in? Because he was asking me what I was going to do for the rest of the day. And I was telling him, I was like, oh, you know, I just moved down here and I'm just going to be unpacking for the rest of the day. Hi, Sharon. And that's what I'm going to be doing. And he goes, oh, well, did you like any of the flowers when you walked in? I'm like, oh, yeah, of course. Like, I love the flowers at Trader Joe's always. And he said to me, he goes, I would love to give you some as a gift for, you know, just moving down here. And I thought that was the sweetest thing ever. So he was just like, yeah, just go pick some up. And it was great, right? And it was so nice and so thoughtful of him to be able to do that. But I thought into that moment, because I look a lot when I'm creating content and I'm coming out with information on, you know, the stories in the day-to-day. So I'm not always focusing on like how can I create content. I'm looking how can I document and take the experiences and then be able to teach them in a way that works for me. So just watched an amazing video about Trader Joe's. I love it. I love them. And so, you know, there was a difference between like when I'm walking in Trader Joe's and there's this whole experience that's happening, right? Like you're excited to go in there. You're not being bombarded the minute that you walk through the door. Like you just feel happy. I mean, at least I do when I go inside of there, because the employees are always like super engaging. Like their customer service is on point. And then after that, I went to the mall area. It was like an outdoor mall, and I was looking to get some coffee and all of that. And they had, you know, like the people at the kiosk, I was like being followed and they're like, hey, do you want to buy this? Like, this would be really good for you. Like, you should buy this. You should buy this. And it was like two different experiences. And I was like, okay, in this moment, this is going to be a sales training, and I'm going to kind of bring it into like your online business or if you're in network marketing, either way, like whatever you're selling online, this will apply to you. And I teach this inside of my Ditch the DMs program, where I talk about captivating your clients, connecting with them, and closing, so you can sell more from the soul and make it seem just like an easy process and not have to be this whole big scary thing that we do, right? And it's really about when we're selling and we're running our online business, to find things that work for us and feel in alignment. The reason that certain things work for certain people is because they're in alignment with that feels really good for them. They believe that that's the way that they can do things, and then therefore it works. But where I know I was at for a long time in my business, I was being taught certain ways, but I was like, this doesn't feel good to me. Like, I don't want to send out, you know, hundreds of messages every single day. I don't want to post on social media 3 times. I don't want to follow up with people 5, 6 times. I don't want to, you know, just bombard people with things every single day. Like, I want this to be a natural process, and I want to be able to guide people to something that I know can help them. And so I was, you know, destined in my life to like find a way to be able to do that. And so the captivating, connecting, and closing is where I teach this a lot with my clients, to be able to do this in a way that feels really good for you. Because if it doesn't feel good right now, there's a way that you can do it. You just have to find that way. And everybody's business is a little bit different, but there are some, you know, core things that can help it just feel a little bit better and make it a little bit easier for you. So the first thing when we talk about captivating is a question you can ask yourself is like, can my audience see me, and do they know, like, and trust me. So this comes down to a few different things, effectively sharing your story on social media, and the content that you're putting out there when you're talking in your story and you're sharing those deep transformation, those pivotal moments. People are seeing themselves in your story and they're saying, oh my gosh, me too, like I felt that way. And when you start to get messages where people are saying, like, are you in my head, like, do you have like a little camera in my living room, then you know that you're speaking to those people. And so it's using the language and the words that they're saying to you or that you're seeing them share, and you're taking that and you're using that not only in your content, but you're also coming from a place of being very heart-centered and sharing the story and sharing the transformation and the breakthrough that you had. Because in this moment, you can have, like right now, wherever you're at in your business, you have some sort of clientele. Like you have people that are either your friends from home on your social media, you have people from wherever. But like, what happens when you run out of those people that are just in your immediate network, right? Like you have to be able to grow and get visible, and you're going to do that by when you impact people's life and when you attract people. Like you're attracting people and their networks, and when you're able to share things that are write out content that's shareable and it's making an impact on somebody's life, whether it's your story, whether it's putting out some of your best content that's really going to help people and get them from feeling in a place of like all their pains and being able to take them closer to pleasure. Hi Abby, I miss you. Like this is where the magic begins to happen, because then you're putting out really good content, you're putting out really good information, and people are excited because they're like, yes, like this is something that I need, this is something that's going to be able to help them. And when we're thinking about helping people and we're thinking about being able to create this whole experience, you want to have a strong sign outside of your door, which is like your niche statement. Because that's when people are landing on your page, they want to know, hey, like, how can she help me? Like, is she going to be able to get me out of the place that I'm feeling right now and be able to take me to that next level? So you have their pain points, and then you have the desired end result of where you're trying to take people at on this journey. Because no one wants to be in pain. We want to be able to get closer to whatever it is we're trying to achieve or the struggles that we're going through. That's what's on the other side of it. So the captivating piece about it is making sure that you're getting out in front of your ideal client and your soulmate client, because you want those people that are like, heck yes, like I'm in, I'm ready, let's do this. It doesn't matter what you're selling, like that's what everybody wants. I don't think anyone's like, I kind of want someone that's a little bit interested. Like you want the people that are excited to work with you and that are ready to go on that transformation. But remember, like they have to know, how can you help them, and are they seeing you? Like, so when they land on your social media, I did IG bio edits inside of my Facebook group the other day, and something that I was reminding everybody of, I'm like, can your ideal clients see you? Like, are they connecting with you when they're looking at your content? Like, are they getting to know you on that deeper level? Are they being able to resonate with you? Do they see themselves in your story? And how much of your story are you allowing yourself to share, or are you holding back in certain ways? And obviously there's reasons why you may hold back pieces of your story, but on the larger scale, being able to craft it in a way that really captivates them and gets them in, then they're going to be listening, and then they're going to be able to follow you on that journey. Because we love to see where people are going. We want to feel a part of that, because we get invested in other people when we see pieces of ourselves in there. So the second piece of that, after you are starting to captivate the client, so you're getting visible, your audience is starting to see you, they're getting to know, like, and trust you, this is where you want to be able to dive into that connection piece. So the question that you can ask yourself in this moment is, where are you driving those potential clients so that they can connect with you further and grow this relationship? So for some of you, this might be your email list. And if you don't have an email list, that might be something that you want to start to work on. It might be a Facebook group. It might be, a podcast. It's somewhere where you can start to grow that relationship and start to connect with them on a deeper level. So you're nurturing them in this moment. This is where you're showing up for them, as their coach before you're even their coach, and they're seeing you on that next level. So you have your social media outlets, and then it's taking them in, and in that experience, whether you have some sort of free offer or a free challenge or some sort of information that's helping them, they're getting that first win with you before they've even started, buying your product or buying your coaching service or whatever it is. They're like, wow, she can help me with this information. Like, I'm going to be blown away whenever there is a program. So, I never get into this fear of like, oh gosh, like what if I put out my best content, out there, are people going to buy my stuff? Because that comes from this lack mindset. I'm like, I want to put out my best stuff in my groups and my podcasts and my social media outlets, because in that space, like, when you're putting out that information, like that's just information at that point. And then when people are working with you on that deeper level, that's when you're going into the transformation. That's when they're integrating it. It's amazing to take in information all day long, but then what are you doing with it? Are you taking action? Are you integrating it? Or are you just like consuming it all day long? So this is where people are diving in with you a little bit more, so they can get those wins from you, so they can know that, okay, if I'm getting this from a challenge, or a free challenge, or some sort of guide or training video or whatever it is, and they feel that established connection, and they've gotten some wins from you, and you're getting them into that place where they're saying yes and they're excited and they're growing with you, it's so much easier than to go to the third part of this, which is, closing, which is the sale part of it, because no one wants to be sold to, right? Like, we as women, we buy on emotion, but we also want it to be our idea. Like, we don't want to, it's like when someone sends you a cold message and they're like, hey, can you buy this thing? And you're like, well, that's, like, it feels awkward to receive it, but it also feels awkward to send it too for most people, because that's not the way that you necessarily want to do that, but that's all that you're taught to do. And so you're like, all right, like I don't know any other way to be able to do this. But remember, like, when we are buying something, so think of like your own buying habits and what feels good to you, because that's energetically a lot of what you're going to attract in. So if you want some, like, when you, like, we love to buy things, especially, as women, like, we buy on emotion, and we also get excited when we want to buy something. So you have to remember, you have to create that experience where, it's showing them that they're going to be able to get out of pain, but they're also going to, have this desired end result. So showing you how your product or your coaching service makes you feel good, or testimonials that you have from other people, and being able to paint, where they were at before and where they're at now. So a lot of those statements, like being for your customers, or like you're in your sales copy, getting them to imagine if, and getting them to see themselves, what I call like on the other side of the rainbow, where they're feeling into that already, because that's where they want to go, and that's where you want to be able to guide them. And when you can get them to like tap into that vision, and you can get them to experience emotion, like, it makes the sale so much easier. Like, it's not like you're trying to ask or beg or whatever it might be. You're just creating a natural experience where they find you, they get amazing information, they're getting they're getting to know you through your story. You have some sort of, I call it like a lily pad or a landing pad, to be able to nurture them, to help them get wins, to help them create, a transformation even before they start working with you. They get to see you on that deeper level, and then from that third part, it's so easy to transition into the sale, because they've already said yes to you multiple times. They've already experienced those wins. They've already been able to feel really good, and then they know that they can trust you, and they know that the investment is going to be worth it, because they've seen it so far within this transformation. So getting, at the end of that too, within kind of like the sales copy, is getting them to see, like, what does their life look like, and how, are they going, like, how's this going to be able to help them and create, massive results for them and whatever it is that you're coaching. Like, that's what people want. They want to be able to feel into that, when they want to be able to get excited for it, but they want it to be their idea, not the like outside place of it, like trying to say, hey, you should buy this, or hey, sign up for this thing, or like, mass messaging everybody that's on, that likes a photo of yours, and asking them like how their day is going. Like, what's the intention behind the sales process that you have? And if it doesn't feel good, then it's time to create more of a client experience and creating a whole journey for them. So then that way, this can work for you, and you're not necessarily needing to, reach out to people every single day, or send all these messages, or do all these different things. Like, you can connect with people, but again, it always just goes back to the intention behind what you're doing, and how you're messaging, how you're reaching out with people. So again, that's like the captivating, connecting, and closing, much more Trader Joe's style, where it's, your idea when you're walking in there, the people are making you feel excited, the environment and the whole space, like, it lights you up. Like, you're excited to go in there. You're not kind of running around from the people. Or if you've ever, had somebody that has come to you and they're like, hey, like, this shirt would look really good on you, and you're like 2 minutes inside of the store, and you're like, you don't even know me. Like, how are you telling me that this shirt is gonna look good on me when you haven't gotten to know actually what I'm looking for, or what I need help with, or anything like that? So it's the same thing in the online space, and you set yourself up to have way more like longer term success when you do these sorts of things, because then at what point have you tapped out of all of your people, and you're like, well, where else do I go from here? Like, like, do I reach back out through to these people that I've already messaged 5 times that haven't answered me and, you know, go back in? Like, it doesn't feel good that way. So creating a whole experience that gets people excited to work with you and gets them to see like where their life can go, that's the, you know, that's the experience that you want to be able to create. And it does take some vulnerability. It takes some time of you being able to share your story. You want to be able to create some landing pad for them so they can get those wins. So take whatever your coaching service is, take whatever the product that you offer is, and ask yourself, okay, what would be helpful for them? What do I want them to know before they start working with me on a deeper level? So if you teach, you know, a 5-step system, maybe your free offer is giving them 1 step. If you're aligned with a product, maybe you want to get their mindset right, you know, before they start working on their health and fitness, or you want to be able to help them, you know, with some sort of free guide that gets them set up for success already. Whenever I'm teaching this inside of my programs, I'm helping my clients figure out, okay, what's like the bigger thing that you're doing? What's the product? What's the program? What's the offer? And then how can we start to give them some quick wins and get that experience within you and start to tap into some of that first information. And so then that way, once they're inside of your hub, they're like, the wheels are turning and they're like, wow, like this is something that I really need. Like this is going to help me. But you do that inside of those free places. Chantel says, thanks, girl. Love the info you're giving. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Abby says, love you. I'll catch the replay since your mother-in-law is here. I hope you have fun. Are you in San Diego? Because I miss you and you should come down here, Abs. But okay, well, that's all the information that I have today, and I hope that that was helpful for you guys and just gets you thinking. And if you get anything from this, it's definitely making sure that you have a strong, you know, niche statement and you're speaking to somebody, you know their pain points, you know where they want to go. If that's not something that you necessarily know yet, definitely dive into that ideal client avatar. You know, what's keeping them up at night? What are they Googling? What are they struggling with? What would their life look like if they weren't struggling with this? Sharon, you're in San Diego too. Yay, I just moved here. And the second piece of it is connecting. So where are you driving these people to? So where are you nurturing them? Email list, Facebook group, where are you getting them to know, like, and trust you a little bit more? And the third thing is being able to close them. So helping them see themselves in those results, being able to feel really good, tapping into the emotion when you're selling and creating it a way in a customer experience where it's their idea and it's an action step that they want to be able to take. So this is something that you guys are needing help with. This is all of what I teach inside of Ditch the DMs, where we do talk about selling more like Trader Joe's and less like the mall people that follow you all the way down the store and up, out, and around. So it starts the 25th of February, so in about 2 weeks and a day. And this is where we'll be diving into all of this. So we talk about sales inside of here. We talk about finding your ideal clients, because obviously you need the clients to be able to sell them, you know, creating the free offers, driving them and taking them through this whole process. For those of you in network marketing, there's also some bonus trainings in there about building a team. There's money mindset. We cover basically from getting clients and then being able to transform and take them without sending mass messages or selling in a way that feels icky. So we really focus on selling from the soul so it feels good, and these processes can just work for you instead of you feeling the need to like be stressed out and approaching your business every single day with like, how do I find these people that are ready and hungry to work with me and are my soulmate clients? So if you guys have questions about that, just send me a message and I can send you all the information. And if you're wondering if it's a good fit for you based on where you're at, we can talk about that too. So I'm always happy and want to make sure that it feels like the perfect fit. Yay, yes, Captivate, Connect, and Close. You're in Encinitas. I'm in Del Mar. Yay. You'll have to message me, Sharon. I'm new and I would love any recommendations on all the places. Awesome. All right, you guys. Well, for those of you watching the replay, let me know what you think, and we will chat very, very soon. Goodbye.